So, hello everyone, kia ora. My name is Tayla Hill. I am a Year 13 student from Upper Hutt College, and I am a national leader for Students Against Dangerous Driving, or Kaitiaki or ADA. I'm going to be talking about three main points today. My first one being what SAD is, what we're doing inside of schools and communities, my own experience as a youth that has just gone through the licensing process, why you see so much breaching, and also that it's not just about getting your license, it's about learning to be a safe driver, what we can start doing today to make a difference. So, some of you may have heard of SAD. It used to stand for Students Against Driving Drunk. That was in 1985, but in 2014 it changed to Students Against Dangerous Driving. And in 2022, this year, we got confirmation for our Māori name of Kaitiaki or Ara, which stands for Guardians of the Road. But SAD has always been an organisation that is student-based, that empowers youth voice, and is committed to reducing risk on NZ roads. It's our vision to spread awareness and do as much as we can to spread positive messages across our schools and community. Oh, it's the wrong slide, that's all right. We'll get back onto it, obviously it hasn't uploaded, but we work closely with the police, road safety coordinators inside of our area, and fire and emergency. Awesome, so the types of activities we've run in school is we get police to come in and bring impairment goggles and run obstacle courses. So this gives students an understanding of what it's like when they're driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Getting mechanics to come into schools and run car safety checks. So this could involve learning how to change a tyre or learning how to check your water and oil. And lastly, fire and emergency have also come in and done demonstrations, such as bring fire trucks into our schools. This is always such a cool activity and always draws so much attention. This is a very important factor into some of our activities because it allows students to have physical things that they can see. They have to sit in a classroom all day and listen and learn and do all of the boring stuff. If someone got up and did a speech, then, they're most likely not going to listen. They're going to play on their phones. They're going to not listen to what you are saying. So actually having physical things that allows them to have a go and do things makes that message stick a little bit more clearly in their minds. It makes it more realistic, makes them want to know why that they should drive safer. So seeing visually and hearing them people talk about it makes them subconsciously think about what they need to do on the roads and what we can do within our communities to help make safer drivers. As you probably know, the most dangerous time for a youth getting their license is within the first 6 months of their having their restricted license. In 2020, there was 76,549 people aged between 16 to 24 that got their restricted license. However, also in this category, 277 young drivers were in fatal crashes and 43 that were killed. This means majority of our audience that SAD are trying to target are those within schools and going for their license, which are our Year 12s and 13s. In 2021, there were 54,613 Year 12s and 48,040 Year 13s. Therefore, us doing these activities in schools and spread awareness means that we're making a difference to these young people on the roads so that students can start encouraging each other to make safer decisions and hopefully the recklessness will decrease. Students need to start encouraging safer attitudes, which is why SAD groups inside of schools are so important. We have a national leadership program, which I am a part of. It's a 2-year program, so you sign up when you're in Year 12, and also regional leaders across New Zealand. We work with amazing people in these communities and within our schools to bring awareness across New Zealand. We're going to go back a couple of slides and have a look at a video that we've created about our national leadership program. national leader and also talking to everyone else, I've discovered so many opportunities that it's given me, not only inside of my school but inside of my community, and I'm really looking forward to everything that I can bring to the role. So the next point is all about my personal experience and why license breaching is so relevant at the moment. Well, always has been. One of the best ways to get experience and understand safety is through getting lessons and taking defensive driving courses, which I'm sure you all know. Personally, I think that if everyone was given the opportunity to attend defensive driving courses, it would be extremely beneficial and help youth on our roads. You gain so much knowledge and helps you to understand the process of why I should be a safe driver. Understanding that the risks all around us when we're driving and how to drive to the conditions are only some of the incredibly useful things you are taught on these courses. However, there are a number of contributing reasons as to why this isn't possible. For example, cost. I'm sure you guys all know this. It is expensive to get your license. Going through from learners all the way through to your full license, if you do a defensive driving course, if you get lessons, especially on top of all of the costs from sports registrations to school uniform and books. So when students don't have the support from school, family, or outside organisations that can help, it's very expensive. Recently this year, Peter actually got me in contact with my local NZIDE, and I was able to talk to her about organising free defensive driving course lessons and also events that students can go to. So the problem is not many people know about these awesome organisations. Also, a lot of parents don't understand the importance of lessons. Out of all the students going for their licence, only 10% get lessons from their parents. And of that 10% teaching their kids, only 70% of parents don't read through the road code before teaching. Therefore, kids will be picking up on bad habits. They'll be picking up on, because they're not being taught how to drive. Parents forget that when they went for their license, the process was a lot different, and the habits that they do and the things that they do on the road they think is acceptable. And they've got experience. Us youth, we haven't been on the road that long. So if we're only picking up from what our parents are doing, then it means that we are getting this overconfident bubble inside of our head that we can be and do whatever we want. This is also a contributing factor as to why we see so much license breaching. Students driving recklessly to impress people because their parents do, so it's acceptable. Parental pressure is also majoring factors to why we see so much breaching. A lot of parents don't care or acknowledge the rules and the law, allowing their kid to drive with passengers or after 10 p.m. So you could say it isn't always the student's fault. Also, being at this age group at school, you just want to be seen like everyone else. Driving others like everyone else does because it's normal, because their parents let them get away with it. NZIDE is trying to change this, not only trying to get students to understand the importance of road safety, but also getting parents to understand the importance of setting a good role model. In 2021, our board rep, Sterling Maxwell, sent a survey out to NZ senior students across New Zealand. She received 384 responses back. Of the 384, 148 held their restricted license. And this is where it gets interesting. Of the ones that had said that they had a restricted license, 62 said that they didn't drive with passengers, but 86 said they did. Of that 86, 67 said that their parents let them drive with passengers. The most common responses as to why their parents allowed them to drive with people was that because they trust their child to be safe and not make bad decisions, because if their child did get caught, that it was their responsibility and that they didn't care, that it was a conveniency thing, so, driving your sibling to school. And lastly, they weren't happy about it, but they made no action to stop it from happening. This is so disappointing to see and hear. Parents aren't even making an effort to help prevent license breaching.
Over the last couple of years, SZIDE students have identified that our peers' attitudes towards following the road rules are impacted by what happens at home. We are working hard to spread positive road safety messages, but it becomes really difficult when that message isn't backed up by you.
Last year, I conducted a survey with over 500 responses from young Kiwi drivers. Of these responses, I learned that 58% of them breached their licence conditions, and of this 58%, 77% said that their parents or caregivers knew.
Dear grown-ups, help me learn my licence conditions by learning them too.
Dear grown-ups, you wouldn't ask me to drive to the dairy and steal a loaf of bread, so why would you ask me to drive there on my learners?
Dear grown-ups, help me find a car with good safety rating so I'm all set up for success.
Dear grown-ups, please be a role model when you're on the road. We learn everything from you.
Dear grown-ups, help me learn and develop my driving skills by sharing your experience with me.
Dear grown-ups, a road safety culture starts at home.
Pretty much in the video, I was just talking about why parents let us get away with it. You know, if they want us to be responsible drivers, if there's so many deaths within us as youth, then why are parents allowing us to break these? Awesome. Right. Majority of the time when teens go for their license, it's all about them thinking about the physical card that says they can drive, not about the safety. Why should you always look out for pedestrians while you are driving? Why should you always indicate 3 seconds before changing lanes? Why should you always drive to the speed limit? These are the ABCs of driving that we are taught. But the why isn't always answered or thought about. Those are only some of the... okay, sorry, thank you. But these aren't always answered or thought about. Those are only some of the many things that you should have to do when you're driving. What you have to do. It is not recognised as being the safe thing to do because it should be second nature. It is what you do anyway. But then why do we see so many people not doing them? Getting your license isn't just getting your license isn't just about the physical card. It's about learning to become a safer driver and understanding driving culture. Getting your license isn't just a celebration that you can now drive, but is seen as you are a responsible driver. Getting your license isn't just about the idea that you've successfully passed a test, but you're seen as a cautious driver. Getting your license isn't about the license. It is about you becoming to be a safe driver. But this is not understood or encouraged enough. You, as driving instructors, are the first interaction between a new driver and them getting their license. Students like doing things if they know the why. Why is it important to check your blind spot before crossing into another lane to make sure that there is no car, right? But why? Because it reduces the chance of an accident. It makes you and other people safer on our roads. The only way youth are going to start trying and making a difference and not breaking these rules and not taking risks is them knowing why it's important not to. Another thing you could do is talk to your students about them getting involved with their SAD group, making one or talking to others that are inside of their schools. More and more schools are getting involved across New Zealand. You can refer to our website. You'll see on there a part that says contact us, and you'll see all of our all of our delivery leaders, which are amazing people that are there to support us and encourage us to do anything that we want to do. It also will say on there where their location is, as we've got a few different across New Zealand. The only way we're going to make a difference is if we work together to combat the same issue. Youth are the people that we should be targeting. Parents already have these bad habits. We need to put these positive habits in youth from the start. They are the future of the roads. Thank you.